talk about education. There was an 844 education, and it took many Kenyans through. When the president, Kibaki, became the president, first thing he introduced this free education. But you know, free is, you can have quantity, and the quality in free is relative. What Kibaki did, the idea that the free education was going to work was good, but the sustainability, because it did not also give us the opportunity to know where will we be sustaining this, until when President Uhuru brought the CBC, which is more expensive than 844, and there was a one CBE or something before. Because if you look at 844, churning people from school, or children or pupils or students from school throughout, without necessarily, you know, when you introduce the free, you should also guide through the free model. You are giving a free education in primary, but we are still depending on the taxes, and all these taxes is also part of the development that you are going to do as a country. But the free, what do you get from this free education? Do you get the quality of the students? Because when it is free, many times it is not good.
Are we saying that if it's being paid for, then suddenly the quality of education?
And let me tell you, free education gave us a quantity more of a quality set-up society, where it was easy to churn out people who have finished school, but did not have quality. Because when it is free, many people always have this laissez-faire that it is government to do it. People, if you go to public schools, for instance, today, you realize even many parents easily take their children to private schools, because they think private school has more model to organize their children for better future. But they leave this public to public. I mean, no one is easily questioning. And if you go to a school, public school, and you look at the setup of the school, for instance, you can tell me, even if it is free, many times the children that come out of that school do not get the best quality of education, because when it is free, people don't always consider it like it is a quality. Many Kenyans prefer taking their children to private schools
because of the poor conditions.
Exactly, it is a poor condition, because the initiators, the proponents of free education, did not put guidelines properly. Like, how many schools should we have? What is the structure of a school? What is all these qualities that we have in a school that makes a child who goes to a free primary school, to get this quality? But you know, you can go to church every day and be told Jesus is coming. It's hope. Funny. If you, from where I sit, and my friend here, Jane, there was only one president who would do, or probably two presidents who would do things expressly the way they would wish, and it could happen. That was President Moi, because of the constitution, and President Kibaki. It doesn't matter whether you are the best president in Kenya today, with the constitution that we have, it is almost impossible for you to expressly do things the way you want. And I want to give my reasons.
And an example, if you don't mind.
Number one is the counties. The allocation of the money, and that is why when Kibaki used to give directions on roads to be built, schools to be enacted, and free education, he would do it from a national level, because he was the executive, and he was a whole, source of power at that time. Every directive the president gives was supposed, but this time, through the constitution, you have the counties that they have to do most of the work, which is now enfranchised. If you are a president of this country today, and you are giving out, and we do a budget, 500 billion Kenya shillings goes to the counties. And these counties are segmented, so divided, and so the tapestry is so much and so different that a governor will sit and do what they think it is theirs. So from the national level, we will always be complaining about the president not doing this. But the people who are supposed to be, who have actually been resourced, are the counties.
So you're saying essentially the buck doesn't stop with the president?
Only. It doesn't stop the president only. It is stop also from leaders like probably constituency members of parliament, for instance.
MPs.
Because they are also given some quite sizable amount of money to do the development. As much as the biggest problem also we have is when we elect, every 5 years we go for election. And that is why I say it's not going to be easy. Anyone who is coming as a president or any leader, specifically president in Kenya today, is because the money is no longer sitting in the national level. Most of the money is jammed down. And the problem is when we go for elections, we don't elect people who can help us manage these monies.
Okay, let's take a break at this point.
Sometimes it's very easy to just complain and blame or apportion blame all the time.
Yeah.
But if you sit down properly and look at where the rain started beating Kenyans, for me it's the constitution. Because we adopted this constitution that is so advanced, that is so un-African, that is not a constitution that takes into consideration the level of our development in a country. That is my opinion. And that is why sometimes, it is good when you also retrospect as a person and ask yourself, what really happened? Because we used to do things, we were basic Africans in our rural homes, we were doing our thing, until we were told, for you as a voter today, you need to vote for president, deputy president, governor, deputy governor, senator, MCA, women rep, MP, and all those kind of people. And then you have also these constitutional officers that you're supposed to pay through your tax as a person or as a voter, the constitutional officers, all of them. And all these 47 counties have mirrored the national or executives of the presidency. So at the end of the day, the monies that a Kenyan hands, like if it is 50,000, for instance, half of it is going to the taxes. And not because of anything. It is because of the system. And this system was borrowed. It's going to be a miracle that someone else will just come and fix it. So it's a conversation that we actually need to talk about. For me, I look at the way, my opinion is, I look at the counties as a source of most of these detachments. Because when resources goes there, many times not utilized well. And it back come back. And every time we go back to the same basket, takes it down, it doesn't, multiply. And it is it's a merry-go-round. So there's a few things I would probably want to agree with my colleague, that not only the president should do, all of us, even as a country, even as we protest, we need to give solutions. This is what we want. Just like the way president is saying, you want me to go? Fine. First of all, how do I go? In the middle of my term.
When you came.
He was elected. So I can't go middle of my term because there's no way there's no channel to go out of my, even her. There's no way she'd just wake up in the morning.
No, I can resign.
Yeah, she can but he has, but you see, when you want someone to resign, he should be the one doing it voluntarily and feeling
voluntary resignation.
Yes, to feeling that he has probably let people down. If I have let people down and I feel it in my intuition and I know that this is not going to work, I have the prerogative to do that. But you see, you cannot coerce me to resign, like the way the president is saying. So, fine, we are going forward in 2027 for the next elections. Definitely, we are going to chant promises more. And for him,
knowing for me that the other ones have not been fulfilled.
For me, I mean, if you look at the president scorecard, I was just going through some write-up. The economy was doing averagely, it's now 5%.
The GDP.
The GDP from down. If you look at it was around 13 trillion at that time. It's now 70 trillion. The progress is there. It might not be felt universally, but it is a day-to-day. I mean, every breath taken by the day, and it's not. If you look at the dollar and look at the East African state, for instance, Kenya is still quite stable, and people, as long as people still go to work, There are countries that don't pay salaries. Our government still pays salaries in time, and people still wake up in the morning and go to school. As much as we have all those problems that comes with probably schools not being paid in time, CDF and GAF money going, but it is a challenge that we can work out. But you cannot just wake up in the morning and throw all the towel out and say.
So it can be worked on, and I